All right, so I'm making my way down the coast, basically heading back towards like Massachusetts, and then I'll go home from there. And we kind of swung through Portsmouth, I guess is how you pronounce it. It looks like Portsmouth. And I believe it's the first New Hampshire city you come into, if I'm not mistaken. I was scrolling through Google looking for something to get for lunch. They have a Dave's Hot Chicken here. Could not believe it. But it is here. To my knowledge, it was always a West Coast thing, and they just now started kind of bringing them over this way. So I was definitely not passing up the opportunity to try it, because everybody on social media says it's really good. And I got one Reaper tender. Apparently it's pretty crazy. You got to sign a waiver. So we're going to see if it's really that hot. I'm going to try the fries first. There appears to be some kind of a dusted seasoning on there. Fries aren't bad. Not overly salty or overly seasoned. Nice and crispy. I hear this Dave's sauce is really good, so I got a few of those. I don't know what it's supposed to kind of be like. We'll try it on its own first, I guess. Definitely tastes like there's some ketchup in there. I don't know, it's not bad though. It's better than mac sauce, I do believe. Apparently the move is to put it on the fries and the chicken, so we'll try it on both. They're calling that a slider, but that is pretty large. Those fries and sauce together, by the way, is really good. This is hot, I think. It's like the third from the top. I don't know. I don't remember what I got. That's good. Really good and crispy. Big old chunk of chicken. Those pickles are really good on there. I know they come with some kind of coleslaw. I do not like coleslaw, ever. So I got that off there, but that sauce kind of helps with the heat, but the heat is not overpowering by any means. That's like a 5 on heat, maybe. But that's a good 7.5 out of 10 on flavor, I would say. The, I don't know, I think it's cayenne is like the seasoning. And they put a ton of it on there. That chokes you up more than the heat. But I do have a little bit of a tingle. This guy here though, I saved it for last because it might just ruin my day. I don't know. It doesn't look too intense. Got a little bit of a kick to the smell. I'm gonna use a fork just in case I touch this thing and then rub my eye, which I will definitely do that. Got some seasoning on there now. I'm not doing any pause breaks in the video. It's definitely hotter than the hot. Not as much as I thought though. For signing a waiver, that's not that bad. At all, actually. Like with all that dusting and that breading, it's going to get all over your lips anyway. And all over this for me. I don't know. It's warm, don't get me wrong. Try it with some sauce. Sauce is pretty good on there. I don't know, heat's building a little now. Starting to feel it kind of up in my scalp. I would say for most people, that's not tolerable. It's probably the hottest thing I've ever had at like a restaurant. More like tingly on the lips than anything though. Not unbearable. Flavor wise, it's actually not that good because they're trying to make it really hot. So flavor wise, it's probably like a 5.5, if that. It's just too much heat, not enough flavor. Probably a 5 on flavor. It's probably a 7.5 or an 8 on heat for me. I've had hotter things, but not much. If you don't do much heat, I would go easy on that. You haven't been able to see it, but I might be breaking a little bit of a sweat. I don't know. Go out and try one, see what you think. I personally wouldn't get it again just because it doesn't taste that good. The hot was really good though. If I ever come back, I'll try some other flavors. I'm a really big fan of Raising Cane's, and I don't mind Chick-fil-A. I do personally believe Chick-fil-A is a little overhyped. It's probably a good thing we don't have a Dave's Hot Chicken at home, because it would be my go-to chicken spot for sure, and I would go probably too much. All right, I got another spot down the coast to kind of want to check out. Here at some point, I'm gonna have to start heading back inland, I guess you would call it, to try to miss Boston traffic, because I don't really want to go directly right through Boston. I don't know. I didn't really research into the routes any farther than that, because I don't like highways, freeways, interstates, whatever you may call them. So pretty much the whole trip from Massachusetts up and back down has all been avoid tolls and avoid highways. If you ever plan on doing any traveling through the country, I'd definitely suggest 2-lane, back roads, whatever you want to call them. Avoid highways, because you'll see so much more of the country. Seeing so many amazing little towns, bunch of sites and random attractions and just whatever, you know. I've really enjoyed the back roading on this trip. So that's what I'm going to try to do from here back to Attleboro, Massachusetts, if at all possible. And then from there back to home, I'm not really sure what route I'm going to take yet. We may end up lost or in the middle of the country or something. I don't know. Anyway, back on the road. Made a little stop by a place called Wallace Sands State Park. Well, found a campground right in this harbor or bay or whatever this is. It's for RVs, but still, I mean, we can camp here, but it's pretty full. I don't even see an empty spot. But we've never camped on the ocean before. All right. It's been a while since I've checked in with you because I've just been driving a lot, and now I'm very tired. The avoid highways and tolls feature on the GPS is nice because you get to see way more of the country, just like I said earlier, but it's a lot more time consuming. So I just spent an absurd amount of time driving back roads to campgrounds for no reason. It is crazy to me that in New England the campgrounds just shut down, all of them, and half the time, more than half the time, the websites don't say that. You get there and then it says closed with the gate locked. I finally ran into somebody and they were like, oh yeah, they're only open from like Labor to Memorial Day or whichever it is, right? I didn't know that. So everyone I went to was closed. Well, actually, I'm lying right to you. One of them was not closed, but it was literally right off an Air Force base. It was for active duty and like non-active duty and vets and like not civilians. So it was open, but not for me. So I give up. It's getting late. It's just too much, way too much. I'm not happy about it. I've not had to do this in a minute, but you can camp at Walmart's. As bad as I hate to do it, I'm going to. I was so hopeful that this entire trip I wouldn't have to do this, but I just got here too late in the year. I just had no idea that that's how it was. So when I get home, it is going to make me appreciate the camp situations we have so much more, because at home there's dispersed camping open all year round. They just don't care. They're like, if you want to try it, go ahead, but these roads are not maintained. Do it at your own risk. Not here. But there's not much free camping in New England. It's all like $30, $35. And then some of the campgrounds, which I find bananas, are like 20 bucks for residents of the state. Non-residents are like $54. You would think they would like push for tourism and campers and people coming. I can promise you right now, I will never pay $54 a night to camp in dispersed camping or tent camp situations with like out showers and all that, because at home there's campgrounds that have showers and bathrooms and all that stuff for like 30 bucks a night. So I'm going to say that that is my biggest gripe so far of New England. But anyway, what I'm going to do is hop in the back of this van and get situated and comfortable and go to sleep, because it's late. I don't know even what time it is or where I'm at, to be honest. But I do have plans for tomorrow to see a very historic and cool site, so definitely stay tuned for that. And then after that, we're back to Attleboro, Mass. I do believe we're going to stop back in at my friend's house, visit with him again for a minute before we head out, and we're taking a very scenic route home, and we're going to see some more cool stuff. I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, I gotta say, for sleeping in a parking lot, that was not too bad. But this is not a 24-hour Walmart. It's only been open for like an hour or two, I think. I don't know. But really, it's kind of quiet. Had like the occasional car go by, but not overly noisy. There's a highway over there, but from inside the van, you can't really hear it. So I guess I'll take that. But tonight, I'm not sleeping in a Walmart parking lot. I would say tonight we're going to end up making it back to Attleboro. That doesn't sound right now. Massachusetts, back to where my buddy lives, and probably have dinner with him before I roll out for good. Because before this trip, I think the last time I saw him was like 2 years ago. So who knows when the next time will be. So we're gonna get in a little more time with them. And then I would say tomorrow morning, we'll probably start heading back roads home and hit a few stops on the way. But that's later on in the video. For now, I think what we're gonna do is have us a little parking lot coffee. Oh yeah. Can't have nothing. I want to say our next destination's like an hour and a half away, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna get the van packed up. We're gonna get on the road. Well, finally ran out of fuel from the last fill up. That was 390 something, I don't know. Almost 400 and the fuel light wasn't even on yet. And And this thing has a 28-gallon tank. I don't know, I need to do the math and figure it out, but that's doing pretty good. I will take at least 400 miles to a tank. We're almost to our destination, our first stop anyway. We'll check back in when we get there.
One tree.
That was my next thing.
Back in the day, you can't find that today. And you can see on here, would have been one big tree. Eating resource. Salt. That eating and drinking, but I just don't think that eating and drinking the way that we do today. You know, like I walk around.
Husband later, yes, go way.
Well, that's the irony of it, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Back to one of these
of what's going on from up here, and then up top on that little speed up. Both navigators had been across the Atlantic before, so knew what they were doing and where they were going.
Well, I thought that Plymouth Rock was pretty neat. Pretty crazy to think that was 1620, I think it said. So like 400 years. The Mayflower too was not what I expected. I just always had this like idea that the Mayflower was like a really big boat. I think I heard one of the like employees that worked there, I don't know what you call them, say that 100 and some people all like stayed under the bottom deck thing. That's crazy. I could not imagine riding on that boat for months with like 100 some other people, like cold, wet, children, sick, probably not a ton of food. I don't know, pretty crazy. But I'm glad I went there. And now I think I'm in Cape Cod. I don't know, I was told to come here. So we're gonna check this out for a few. Apparently some person named Taylor Swift works here or lives here, has a house here. I don't know, something I saw online. I don't know who that is, but they sound fast. Maybe like a sports ball person, actor. I don't know, maybe we'll go track them down, see what they're up to. I think for now, I'm gonna walk down here and kind of check out the beach. All right, so we are still in Attleboro, Massachusetts for the second time. Kind of stopped in, washed some clothes, took a shower, that kind of thing. I just checked the van over, all the fluids are good. And we are about to embark on another trip. I don't know where we're going, I'm just winging it, and we're gonna get frustrated again because of camping, but we're doing it anyway. It's gonna be fun. We're going somewhere we've not seen yet. But before we leave town, I saw this and I had to. Many years ago, when I was a wee lad, we had a Chuck E. Cheese at home, and it did not last long at all. I never went. So, like a year ago, I don't know, maybe sometime last year, Chuck E. Cheese was a huge thing on social media. Everybody was claiming the pizza was good, some saying it was bad, some saying that they took old pieces of pizza and like put it in a box with new pieces and like recycled pizza. I mean, there'd be a piece like that big and then a piece like way longer in the pizza. I don't know if that's true or not, but it definitely looked like it. Regardless, I'm curious to see if it's any good. So I'm gonna go in here and order me up a pizza and try that. And then we got dinner for later. All right, there are claims that they recycle pieces of pizza because there's like weird little slivers that don't fit. I don't know that that's true, but not looking super symmetrical here. May just be onto something with this whole recycling pizza thing. All right, I got full pepperoni, half sausage. They didn't do that. They just put sausage on half and pepperoni on half. Points off already. I wanted to play a game or two. They said, no, you don't have kids. Get. Pretty much booted me. Underside doesn't look terrible. That is not half bad. The dough is kind of thin like I like it. I like a little more crisp to the dough. That's pretty solid. The sauce is not overly sweet. I hate sweet sauce. Pepperoni's got a little flavor to it. The cheese is really good. I'm very surprised by that. I got stuffed crust. I know most like pizza reviewers and legit people that know more about what they're doing would not do that, but I did it. That stuffed crust is even pretty good. Nice cheese pool. I've had much worse pizza. Now what I'm gonna do is try the sausage on that thing. That's a one biter, but sausage doesn't look terrible. I haven't had Domino's or Pizza Hut in years. Domino's even longer because I don't like Domino's and Pizza Hut. But from what I know that's better. For me, much better than those two. I don't know that I like that better than Papa John's, but I might. It's pretty good. It's hard to beat Little Caesars because it's so cheap. That's a medium, and it was $24. I mean, it's not a great deal. And they messed up my order. That's also slightly disappointing. But flavor, it's not bad. I mean, I would give that at least a good 6.5 out of 10. Room for improvement, yes. But I would have that again for sure. All right. I'm gonna probably throw that in the back. That'll be some good dinner for later. And I'm gonna get on the road. We got a couple good hours to go, and it's already, I don't know what time it is. It's like 2:30 or 3. So I highly doubt we're gonna roll in before dark, or we're even gonna find a campground, but I'm gonna try, because I really would like to not sleep in a Walmart parking lot again. But I'll keep you guys updated. Stay tuned. We're gonna get there and see what this place is all about. I'm pretty sure that is a porcupine. I've never seen one in person. I had no idea what I was about to run over, but I didn't. He's good. That's crazy. First time seeing a porcupine and a moose on this trip. All right, did a little driving today. Pretty tired actually. Didn't drive that much. I think it was like 120 miles maybe. I don't know, something like that. But I did make it to my destination. It's like a state park, state forest, I don't know. But it's like a mountain situation. It's nothing like Mount Washington or anything, but it should be a pretty cool spot out in western Massachusetts. But it's like 9:30 or something, I don't know. Can't show you anything outside, too dark of course. So what I'm gonna do is just call it a night and try a new camp soda. This is Founders KBS, the original Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels. I don't typically love a stout. I like Guinness, like I like some dark sodas, but usually these stouts and porters are a little much. 12%. Got a pretty good kick to it there. I can't really read this because of the awful lighting in here. Bottled on 5/23 of 23. Been sitting around for a couple years. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. We're drinking it anyway. Yep, it's just like any other stout or porter I've ever had. So that's about 10W30. All right, that foam finally all went down. That was a bunch. Yep, that's strong, all right. Ugh. It's not cold enough either. It is strong, but it's not as bad as the last stout I had. Oh, that is thick. I actually don't hate it, but it's a little strong. I don't know. Like, you cannot see any light through that thing. Well, I'm gonna sip on that until it's too warm to even drink. Get this van situated, and probably go to bed soon. Maybe have another piece or two of Chuck E. Cheese for dinner, and get up in the morning, do a little sightseeing around this place, and show you what we're working with. So my goal for this little leg of the trip was the Berkshire mountains, Berkshire, I don't know. Still don't really know how to pronounce everything up here. Everybody says something kind of different, but I would say it's Berkshire. Can't remember all the towns that run through it now. I've been on my phone Googling for weeks, basically. I don't remember everything, but we're not far from there. I don't know in which direction from here, but like, if this does any justice, like, that's a pretty good looking mountain range back there. But where we are right now is called October Mountain, and I believe it was like 10 minutes closer driving wise than the Berkshire Mountains. This is like a state forest kind of situation. There was a campground at the bottom that was open, like gate wise. There wasn't a single person in there though. I called a number on their website, and the first thing I heard was blah blah closed. I don't know what it said. I couldn't really hear it, but after that I heard all the roads are open, all the gates are open. You know, it's like a go up and do your own thing kind of deal. They said the roads are not maintained for winter, and they will be closed by December 31st, weather permitting. So sure enough, I got here and all the gates are open. Not a single sign anywhere that says no camping. And I did see some signs on the way up for like dirt bike, ATV kind of trails. So I guess you can ride those up here too. But again, haven't heard a single thing. It's been super peaceful. When I got to here last night, I went down the other side a little bit and looked, and it all went down from here. So I think this is the highest point for this state park or this road or whatever you want to call it. But it's just like one little spot wide enough for a couple cars. There's a trash can, picnic table, and there's some vista. So just like a nice little hangout spot. I like it. Slept really well in there. I think it got down to 34. So I do believe that's the coldest weather I've experienced yet on this trip. But I will take it. It is not supposed to rain today, so we'll see. I think first order of business is a nice hot coffee. Second order of business, burn myself with that. And then I think maybe we'll look around a little up here, see what we can see. And then, I don't know, there's a town in the Berkshires that I want to go to first. I think that's the plan. All right, so it's daylight still, as you can tell, which is nice, because I'd like to find somewhere to camp during the day and actually camp like a normal person, like we usually do, right? Instead of rolling in way after dark. And I found one campground, so I put the address in and it took me right to somebody's house. So I left Great Barrington. I don't know, I went and checked out those two towns, drove around a while, seen some really cool buildings and churches, and I really like those little old towns like that. And then I went and showed up at somebody's house. I didn't go in the house or in the driveway, I knew better than that, but still, first campground, camp area is a failure. So I just decided to come back to October Mountain. It's not very far away, and I saw this view and I just had to stop, check it out. I definitely like it in this area, but I figured I'd give you guys a little heads up as to what's happening. I even have stuff to make dinner and breakfast, so it'll be more like normal, never lost outdoors camping. But we're running out of light. We gotta find this place, because last night when I come in, I went up over this whole mountain. Like, it turns over here and like goes up and up and up and up, and I ended up in there somewhere. But supposedly there's an actual camping area and there's like a bathroom. I don't know. I didn't get down this road last night, so we're gonna try this one. There's another porcupine. He is not very bothered by me. I'm not gonna push my luck and get real close to him. All right, finally found somewhere to camp. Drove around way longer than I wanted to, searching, but nothing's labeled around here at all. I found some map, like a hiking area. Everything's labeled, but nothing in the woods is anywhere at all. But we can finally do some actual camping. Fire pit, there is, I mean, everywhere. I've never seen so many trees down in my life as I have in Maine and Massachusetts alone. But we're gonna get a fire going, got a new camp soda to try, got a new snack to try, got some dinner to make. I don't know that dinner's gonna beat dark, but we're gonna try. Get us a fire starter going here. All right, fire's going. Time for a camp soda. Whalers Rhode Island Dry Hopped American Pale Ale. I meant to try this in Rhode Island and I completely forgot. Brewed and canned by Whalers Brewing, Wakefield, Rhode Island. 5.5%. So not quite as weak as like a light lager or something like that. I think they're usually around like 4, but nothing too crazy. I'll say one thing, I am extremely relieved to finally find somewhere to camp. I feel like we have not done some good old school camping in a minute, which we haven't. I mean, it's been a while. This is the longest I've went since I started this channel, like 3 years ago now, without like camping, campfire, yeah. But anyway, cheers. That's not too bad. It's extremely cold, but that is not too bad. It's kind of one of those that has just like the hint of the flavor. It's not so overpowering. Yep, I like it. I would have at least 1 to 2 more of those. It's definitely a 6.5 out of 10 all day. I think somewhere in this van I got a new snack to try. All right, the snack for this week, video day, I don't know what's happening anymore. Because one video is like 3 to 4 days of traveling and stuff, roughly. What is today? I don't even know what's happening. I've been driving for a couple days again, but anyway. Calbee. I've never heard of this stuff before. They're from Fairfield, California. I don't know. This was donated into the channel amongst a couple other things. Takoyaki ball. Japanese style barbecue sauce flavored corn puffs. I've definitely never had anything like this before. Sounds interesting enough. Do not have anything like this at home. I've never even heard of this Calbee brand. Smells like a wet dog. Yep, same texture as like a cheesy puff, like the fluffy, cheesy snacks. That's an odd flavor. Very sweet, like oddly sweet. I don't hate it, but I certainly don't love it. The last Japanese style barbecue sauce I had was the Bachans, I believe it's called. That stuff is good. That stuff has like a hint of sweetness to it, but also has like that really good soy and teriyaki flavors. You don't taste that as much in these. I don't know. Maybe that's what it's supposed to taste like, but I wouldn't get it again. Still like a 3 out of 10 on the snack scale. Cheetos are way better. Any Cheetos, honestly, as far as a corn snack goes, but something to crunch on. Dinner is honestly not going to be all that difficult, but we're getting a little low on light. I completely forgot. Decided to get a little fancy this evening. These wine glasses I found the other day. If you can tell how big that thing is or not. More of a shot glass, but got the Franzia chillable red wine in a box. Nothing but the best. That was one tasty but filling meatball sandwich. Not having one of those in at least a month. Pretty tuckered out. Then we're gonna have me one more little glass of wine. Before I go to bed. See you guys in the morning. Well, not necessarily a sunny morning or anything, but it is not very cold. I slept really well, and it's not raining. And it didn't rain all night. I'm gonna call that a win. But I slept a little too well, and it's getting late in the morning. We gotta get going. But that meatball sub last night was very filling, we'll call it. A big old loaf of bread was good and all, but that's way too much bread. So, since I'm not going to dig out everything for breakfast this morning, I'm not even going to mess with the coffee, I don't believe. I think what we'll do, since we need some gasoline anyway, we'll run down to the nearest station, we'll grab a little gasoline, grab us a coffee, and try to make a plan for the day. I'm not really sure. I don't really have a goal in mind for this evening. I don't know. But I think what we're going to do, we'll drive until we find something we like, and we'll save breakfast for in the morning. We'll find us something else good to eat for the day. But for now, I got to get to that gas station. That fuel light is going off pretty aggressively. Alright, we got a full tank of fuel. Mean Bean Monster. Not having one of these in a minute actually, but I do enjoy these. The hot coffee here was almost $4. A little steep in my book. Oh yeah, still tasty. Alright, I think we're going to stick to some 2 lanes and back roads again. I've been enjoying that. Check in with you in a bit. Got to searching around for somewhere to stop and stretch and whatnot while driving through Connecticut, and this place popped up. It's like a lake park situation. So I'm gonna walk down and check this out. There's also a beach, but it's not ocean. It's definitely a big lake. Now I know I just had hot chicken the other day from Dave's, but it was so good I gotta try this again and see if, you know, all hot chickens are the same. I don't know. It's late. I don't even know what time it is. This is not going to be a lunch situation again because I've been driving. 4:05. So we'll probably just have an early dinner and get a new snack to try later on, nothing else. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if this is any better than Dave's. All right, let's see if Haven hot chicken is any better than Dave's. This is their hot, not the hottest one. It's 2 back, 1 back. It looks like it has some seasoning on there. Nice and crispy. Definitely not dry or anything. A little heat to it. Comparable with like cayenne maybe. Not very hot, but pretty good flavor. Now for the sandwich. This is the hottest one. Funny story, I've already had one whole sandwich. When I ordered it, the lady come out and said, my coworker said, if you eat one whole slider in front of all of us, we'll give you another one for free. And that's a deal. They all came from the back. Sat there and watched me eat every bite of that slider. And like, I don't know, apparently it's a big deal. They were very surprised. I still haven't even had a drink. I did it in there, waited for this other one, and she even gave me a banana pudding because it's so hot that she thought I would need that. They were very surprised. So here's my free one. Trying the hottest, I don't remember what they call it. It's their hottest seasoning. And now I'm trying it for the second time. I said no slaw on the first one, and they didn't, but they did on this one. That'll cut the heat down for sure. But that other one had good flavor. Yeah, not that hot. It has a good flavor. It's just not as spicy as they made it out to be. It had like 7 little heats too. It's just a good chicken sandwich. I don't know. Just to mess with them, I want to go in there and eat the rest of this one in front of them too. That is no comparison to Dave's Reaper at Dave's Hot Chicken. This is like the hot there. It just has a good flavor. So if you want some good hot chicken, definitely try Haven too. I didn't try the fries. They didn't look all that appealing to me. I would say that that is probably right up there with Dave's flavor. I don't remember what I gave it. Heat wise, I have way hotter hot sauce at home. That's like a 6. Anyway, I'm gonna polish off some more of this and get back on the road and head to the next stop. All right, didn't want to do it. That's a Walmart again. Where I kind of slept in, I wanted to put in a little bit of extra mileage for the day. So I drove till, what time is it? 9:30? Yeah, 9:30. And I went through Bear Mountain State Park and Harriman State Park. I think both in New York. Nowhere to camp around there. And this is just the best option, I guess, for the time being. Because I'm just burnt out. I've been driving for a while. I like the 2 lanes, but it makes the day so much longer because it adds so much time. So, yeah, I'm just not going to find anything. Especially this time of night. I want to go pay to camp somewhere. And there's a fire ban here in New Jersey. So I can't even have a fire anyway. So we're gonna go pay to camp, hop in the van, go to sleep, wake up, and leave. Just like we're gonna do right here for free. So, best option. But, won't be much driving in New Jersey, I don't believe. I figured on my way home, I've got to go to Philadelphia and get a legit Philly cheesesteak. I want to do it forever. I've been to Philly once, a long time ago, before I even cared or knew anything about a Philly cheesesteak. The last 2 times I was near there, it was like 5. Both times crazy busy, not trying to go into Philadelphia at 5 o'clock. So the plan is get up here. It's less than 2 hours from here to there. So if I can get up at like 7 or 8, take off. I should get there when these places are opening, hopefully. And maybe beat the lunch crowd. Get out of town before it gets crazy. Even if I find something interesting before that, maybe I'll get there later in the day, after lunch, 2-ish, be out of there before rush hour traffic at the end of the day. I don't know. But that's the plan anyway. Philadelphia tomorrow. After that, I don't really know. Philadelphia, I think, is 6 hours from home. So I might just look around for some other scenic things or something between there and home. Tomorrow's Thursday. May have to get a hotel room tomorrow, depending on what we get into, because I do need to edit this video, have it out for you on Friday. Then the New England trip's over. But that free slider today definitely did me in pretty well. So it's kind of nice. I don't have to cook anything, you know, in a parking lot. Kind of ruins breakfast for in the morning. But I want that cheesesteak anyway. So maybe the end of this video will be breakfast Friday morning when I get up. Maybe the next video starting will be breakfast when I get up Friday. I don't know. Winging it. Whole time, I'm getting in the back, turning this light off, and I'm going to sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, this was not the best night of sleep I've ever had, that's for sure. Somewhere, I don't know, that stuff, I don't know what's happening over there or here, but lots of backup beepers, forklifts, I don't know, all kind of noise. I woke up a couple times through the night. At one point, it was like so loud, it's like they were right here just doing circles, beeping and backing up. So that took forever to fall back to sleep. And then I woke up again after that and it was silent, but it was raining. So I thought they got rained out, but there's still a couple running around. Anyway, it is not that cold out or anything, but it is raining. As you already know from previous videos and complaining, my headlights and my wipers are awful. But I'm still shooting for Philadelphia. But I think before that, I'm gonna grab me a coffee. All right, quick fluid check. And a Dunkin', we're getting back on the road. All right, we have finally made it to the famous Angelo's Pizzeria. They recommend Cooper Sharp, and I've seen everybody do it with onions. I did fried onions. I watched How Kev Eats and Adam Richmond both try a bunch of Phillies in Philadelphia, and they said this is the best. I've been watching both those guys for a long time. They know their stuff, so that's what I'm going with. The Genos, the Pats, and all that or whatever is supposed to be kind of overrated, so hopefully this is good. I gotta say, at first glance, that thing looks good. I personally don't care for like not sesame seeds, whatever these are, like a seeded roll or seeded bun. It's supposed to be good. I'm trusting the professionals. Plenty of onions, looks like plenty of cheese. I'm excited. I've never had a legit Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, that thing is phenomenal, honestly. Now, if you get a halfway decent roll and some halfway decent like shaved ribeye, you can make a pretty good Philly. There's just something in there different. The cheese choice, definitely solid. That's got to be the best Philly I've ever had. I've seen this rated in the high 8s and low 9s. I mean, that's definitely a 9.2 all day for me. I still don't love the sesame seeds or whatever on the bun. So without those, it would be a little bit higher of a score. It was like $18.34 after tax. They're not giving it away, no, but going into this, I expected like $22 for sure. All right, I'm gonna sit here and eat way too much of this because it's like that long, and get back on the road and go on to our next adventure. Well, we have not been to Delaware yet, so I thought Why not? Because it was only a 55-minute drive, I think, from Philadelphia to here. So we had to do it. We've been in every other state, like northeast of the country. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out some beach area in Delaware. The most notable thing about Delaware is it is the first U.S. state. 1787. Crazy. Beach does not look too shabby. I see land all around, maybe a little gap, more land. So I don't know if this is like a harbor, bay, inlet. I still don't know the difference between all those things, but that is definitely the ocean. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to turn the lights on in this place. There's one. I don't know what's happening. All right, as you can see, we got a room for the night. It's like, I don't know, it's late. I've been fighting with hotels now for a while. We're in Maryland. Somehow through an app or something, I got like $190. I think she called it a suite. I guess that makes that, and I don't know, a suite? I don't know. But instead of 190, it was like 115. Still too much. Hotel rooms are not worth what they go for, in my opinion. Because you take a shower and you sleep, it should be like 50 bucks. But this is fancy. I mean, I think it's fancy anyway. Especially compared to the Blue Bathtub Special last week. That place was a little... So this is up there now. The bathtub is not even blue. It's white. Toilet's off white. That's a little different, but still, this thing is fancy. I think this is called like a kitchenette or something. I don't know. But I need to edit this video. So I can sit there, scoot that back, put my laptop right on that thing. Or at this desk. Pretty handy. Or right here at this thing. Bunch of possibilities. But I gotta get on that. It's gonna take a while. I need a shower. For sure. So I'm gonna do all that. Probably. Oh, I have a camp soda to try. This is, you know, the opposite of camping, but that's what it is anyway. We're gonna do it. I've never seen one of these. I've had this before, not in this configuration. Look at that thing. That is a Coors Light 40 ounce. I've never seen anything like. I was so blown away by this. Didn't know they even did that. Apparently they do in Maryland. Can't even remember the town we're in. I know we're not far from Baltimore. If that matters. See if I can get this thing open. I wouldn't say I'm sure it's just fine. I've had Coors Light before, but never in a 40 ounce. Oh yeah, that'll do just fine. All right, I think after this, I only have a couple hundred miles home. Last week, that Wi-Fi was so sketchy. Could not get it to work. The guy kept saying to go here, type in this thing, and I did, and it wasn't even showing up. It had like its own booster or router around the way for the other rooms, and it was like, rooms 32 through 40, wouldn't show up. I had to put my laptop in the van fully charged, drive it down the way, park it in front of a whole nother building, and just hope the Wi-Fi was fast enough to upload before the battery died, and somehow it did. So this time I said, does the Wi-Fi work well? She said yes. We'll see. One way or another, you guys will see this video tomorrow. All right, I'm getting to work. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. All right, so got to check out of the room. Editing took a little longer than I thought, and I don't know, just too much stuff to do. I got to get on the road, get home. This is the last day of the trip. So if you tagged along this far into this little series of New England adventures, I definitely appreciate that. And if you want to see the last little tiny leg of this trip, make sure to tune in next week, because that's where that video will start. Be sure to hit subscribe, like, give me a comment or two. Enjoy talking to you guys like always. And next week we'll get back to some regular good old school camping, I do believe. But if you want to see if anything too crazy happens on the trip home, be sure to tune in next week for the last little installment of this trip. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.